Hello guys! In today's video, I'm going to talk about all the little habits and routines I personally use to keep my home running smoothly without getting overwhelmed and burnt out. These routines took time to create and are modified whenever I need something to change depending on what life looks like for us at that time. I also just want to start off by saying I am in no way implying that my home is perfect or that I am perfect in any way. These are just things that help me, and I felt like sharing with all of you in case it's something you could use help with too. Take these ideas, run with it, and create your own routines that work for you and your family. The very first routine I ever created, even before having kids, was my cleaning routine. The state of my home affects my state of mind, so this was very important for me to have a cleaning routine that helped me stay on top of things. A cluttered home meant I couldn't relax. I needed that clean space feeling, but without hours of cleaning multiple times a day, because that's just not realistic. I created systems that work well for me, such as a weekly cleaning schedule where each day of the week has a different area that needs to be cleaned. It usually looks something like this: Monday, bathrooms, laundry, floors. Tuesdays, vacuum, dust, garbages. Wednesdays, sweep and tidy up. Thursdays, laundry and bathroom. Fridays, floors and dust. Not every week follows exactly like this, but it's my blueprint to follow to make it easier for me to remember what needs to be done. Nothing is getting forgotten, and everything is always being stayed on top of. The thing that helps keep cleaning super easy is having minimal amount of cleaning supplies. This one may not be for everyone, but I know for me, having too many cleaning products can be overwhelming and make cleaning more complicated than it needs to be. Keep it simple with necessities like an all-purpose cleaner, a glass cleaner, microfiber towels, sponges, buckets, mop, and vacuum. Keep it simple so it's easy to take things with you everywhere to areas of your home and you don't have 20 different products to clean the same thing. Now, moving on to laundry, that's something that really depends on your family and how much clothes you're going through or things like that. And for every family, it'll look a little bit different. But for me, I usually have a 2 day a week laundry system where I have two set days that laundry is always done on. But some days I'm doing laundry every day, every other day. It all depends on how fast laundry is piling up. But just make sure you're staying on top of it. Make sure you have a system that works. If doing a load a day, starting it in the morning and making sure it's done and put away by the end of the day, if that's something that would work really well for you, definitely try that. Or if you're like me and having set days just to focus on laundry works well for you, do that. But find something that really works well and just keep doing it. I know it's not a favorite chore. It's definitely my least favorite chore, but it's something that is really important to stay on top of. So you don't want to overwhelm yourself with having too much clothes to clean. The next thing I want to say is that it will help keep your home tidy and clean if you have minimal clutter or decor. So it's easier to clean and dust everything. If you have too much decor, it's going to be a lot harder for you to dust everything and keep it clean. So I'm not saying don't have any, just have enough that it doesn't overwhelm you, if that makes sense. I know having kids adds to the clutter with their toys and their things. You even see my kids' bikes laying around here in this clip, but it's good to have a good system to organize your kids' toys. So in their room, which unfortunately I did not show in this video. They have a shelf with bins, and each bin is organized depending on if it's cars, balls, blocks, things like that. Everything is organized and kept tidy, and they're also taught to put away their toys and keep it in that organized fashion. Of course, they need help doing that, but it is something that's good to teach them from early on. I want to say I go through and do a deep clean and declutter at least every 6 months to make sure that my house is getting like a full reset. Everything is dusted, and so the things that I'm not cleaning on the normal also are getting cleaned and kept on top of without having to do it too often because, like I said, then you're spending hours and hours of cleaning. So at least every 6 months or every 3 months, whatever works, you do a deep clean of the house, declutter whatever things are piling up that you don't need. Or even if you just see an area of your house starting to feel too messy, you just go, you know what, this week we're tackling this area. And sometimes you just need to add an extra cleaning task in between. And that just helps, like I said, to keep things from not piling up and getting overwhelming. Don't let unnecessary things take up space in your home. Moving on to something I think we all get really tired of thinking about, and that is what's for dinner. The question everyone's asking every single day, the thing that you have to think of, it always seems to land on you. Well, I have a way to make this easier because I used to dread cooking. I hated it, didn't want to make food, and it always just seemed so daunting. And I'm sure some of you have felt this before or still feel this way. So, what I do to make things a little bit easier for me is I meal plan. So, I only have to think of what's for dinner one day a week because I'm writing down every dinner we'll have for 2 weeks in that meal plan. And so then it's just I pick something off the list, or I'll ask my kids or my husband to pick something off the list. We don't have to think up something new. It's already there and we just pick one of them. It makes it way easier, and I definitely suggest you give that a try. So my meal plan system, what I have figured out for this is making a big list of every meal you've ever made that your family enjoys. That's your master list. You use this list to pick meals that you'll use for your weekly meal prep. Makes things even simpler. Now, from that, it makes it much easier to create your grocery list, and you'll probably find that you're saving money and wasting less. Another way to waste less and save more is making sure to check your pantry, fridge, and freezer. Make sure you're using up what you already have on hand in your weekly meal plan so things are not going to waste and you're not buying more things before you're using up what you already have. I like to plan foods I need to prepare in advance since I make a lot of things from scratch. I have a designated day during the week in which I prep breads, snacks, and other things that we need for the week. I now have covered every area of homemaking that I feel we all get overwhelmed by, and I hope you take what you have heard and make your own weekly schedule and start building habits. So one day you won't have to think about it at all and it'll just run because they have become a part of your daily life. I feel the need to add that I also make sure to make time for taking care of myself, not just getting dressed every day or little things like that, but reading the Word of God and journaling to fuel my soul, making sure that I'm really spending time alone with God and having that connection that I so desire, that every person desires. We all have that hole in our hearts that only can be filled by Jesus. And so this time is so important. Whether you get this done in the morning, during nap time, in the evening when they're in bed, it's so important to take that time and remember to do that thing because it's so important to have that relationship. And it's really good to also do this so your kids can see you how important it is to build that relationship with Jesus because they're watching you and they're learning from you. I also make sure that I'm moving my body every day, whether it's a full workout or just a walk with the kids, going for a bike ride. I'm making sure that I am moving and getting some type of exercise. These things really help regulate my mood overall and help me be the best version of myself so I can be the best mom and wife. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and not just everybody else. If you made it this far and watched the whole video, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to what I have to say, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and that you found something helpful, even if it wasn't all of it. Maybe it was just one 5-second thing that I said. I hope something caught your ear and will help you. Thanks so much for watching, guys.